So, these are some things that I noticed during the first Halloween episode. If you see my eyes facing down, as you can see through my glasses, I'm reading off my tablet. Some things I learned from the episode were Toby's mom died a year and a half before that Halloween episode, which was kind of weird. His mom remarried a year and some change after. It was weird because I can't remember exactly which season, Allison and him were kind of cordial. It's a good way to put that. And then it was something about his mom and how he took it. And she started calling him weird or something. So that was before she passed away. So that's something I picked up on. Then, cut to the scene between Allison and Noel. Noel has a mask that in the first actual Halloween episode, Cece, in the little episodes, she has a clear mask and Noel picks that mask up. Coincidence? I think so. Someone also, right before that happens, you can see someone picking up the baby mask. And ironically, after her whole encounters with Noel and Jenna, she gets a text. Says I'm watching you. And whoever picked up that mask was watching her. What I think. Also, we first see Meredith in this episode, and yeah, she seemed a little then to me. We also we see Wilden, and I'm sorry to say this, creep from the start. Her mom just went to the bathroom. And now you all know my mom went to the bathroom. Sorry, Mom, if you ever see this. I forgot to close my door. Our walls are really thin. So if you hear any weird background noise, it's my mom. Or my cell phone. Because that's what I'm recording off of. Anywho. Also, this is the first time we actually get to see Mona and Lucas and Allison all interact in a scene. Now, I noted this because go back to season 1. And I think it was their homecoming it was one of their things they did back then. Lucas introduces himself. She knows who you are. Why are you acting like you don't know her? And it was before she started calling him Hermie and all that other stuff. Before she was being mean. Coincidence? I think not. Cause I'm just saying. Seemed like that was cool to me. But something I also noticed was we get to see how bad Mona really, not even Mona, Lucas too, was being treated then. Not even just through the flashbacks. Now, we fast forward through some things, Allie and her secrets and whatnot, but Jason comes into her room and she makes a crack about what your friend's doing behind a locked door. Jason does say, I'll make sure I read it right, we're making a movie. Before we find about the NAT club, not editing anything. So, see, it keeps thinking I'm editing. Not editing. 1 second. And we're back. So, then we get to, moving my phone. Stay still, phone in hand. Then we go to, he gives her a package, and she gets another A message. If I wasn't holding my phone, I have like a nice little egg going on. But I don't. So, she gets a message. I think it was my turn to torture you. Yeah. You've been torturing me, it's my turn to torture you. Something like that. Along those words in a sentence. So she panics and hides it in an event in this box. It has like a creepy looking doll, a locket, a small box full of something. And she puts a little voodoo doll in there. I don't know, she kept the locket, I guess. A special locket. The doll is a little creepy. then her first secret between them, amongst them, was, we see Meredith, so it was obviously Arya's little secret. Poor dad. Poor Arya. Poor her mom. Poor Ella. And I say that all the time. Poor Ella. Now that I learned their names, at first, I tell you, I don't know their parents' names to save my life. Something that bothered me. What was wrong with her? And by her, I mean Allison and Melissa. Because Allison was sitting here nitpicking, making it seem like Melissa was just like the worst fake sister ever. Like, she's fake. She doesn't really care about you. And just talking about, like, I know she liked Ian, but come on now. What are you doing to her sister? Like, how does it help you get Ian? Made no sense in my head. See. Was that A or no outside of Spencer's window when they were getting dressed? Told you someone grabbed a paper mask. Stood right in front of her face and she called him a freak. And now the mask is outside of Spencer's house. Like, how'd they know they were at Spencer's house? Who knew this? Things I paid attention to. Oh. My slowness. I don't know why I haven't moved it to sleep. When she first met Jenna, and Jenna was like, oh, I know who you are, and I make my own friends. I thought it was like, oh, girl. But also, I noticed this, and I'm going to go to my next slide. But, like, I noticed that, did anybody notice Mona in her Catwoman suit? How she already had the persona already together? She was looking fierce at that Catwoman mask, girl. She was looking fierce. Also, why was Allison pranking her friends to see if they were loyal or whatever? It's a little crazy to me. 2, I'm assuming whoever came out called Allison a bitch at the end and was stalking her when they got there was Lucas. But what tripped me out was the last A message. Being, dying to know who I am, you'll find out. And Mona came to mind. So I'm just like, oh. And my last little bit of note was, did anybody notice Will? Because he was a creep. He was at the end of the episode too. Why was he at their party? He was also a cop, not a detective. Why was he at that party that night? Yeah, I know Noel's brother is older, which means he this elusive Noel's older brother that one time Cece came to town at his little cabin party thing. How old are they? Like, why was Wilden there? If you're a cop, why are you at a party where there's clearly some underage drinking going on? And you ain't saying nothing? Sketch from the start. I'm saying, sketch from the start. I mean, and then he was talking to Jenna. Now, I wonder he was so sketch about when Toby's mom died. And he wasn't a detective then. He was a cop. Not even a cop. He could have been like one of those eager to please people. So I can see why he did that. 2, go back to the episode. Why was he being so creepy with Hannah's mom? She wasn't feeling you like that. You reading too much into stuff. And I think he used that opportunity with Hannah getting caught as a way to get with her and to mess with them. Like, you knew darn well that them girls was friends. Was you really trying to figure out if they was going to tell you about the Jenna thing? Because I realized, sir, you were friends with Jenna. Watching you, Mr. Wilson, I see why you dead, sir. Dead. You better be dead, too. Don't come back. But that's just some of the things I noticed on the first Halloween episode. Since I'm going back to my seasons, I'll have my recap of season 1 and 2 later. Probably after the last 2 episodes for the 5th season, which I don't know what they're going with the last. I got my own thoughts about the season, like, as a whole. Not even before I see the last 2. I do have thoughts on it, and I'll probably post that right after this. Because I have nothing to do today but post my videos. So, see you in a bit.